What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers? Que pasa, sluta? What up, Spidey? What up, Mama? It's Thursday, October 4th. Feels like a good day to make a little cash, something I definitely did not do yesterday. Took it right in the short shorts, right in the bottom mouth, right in the prison pocket. 0-4 to start off the NHL season. So why don't we're not going to get into any MLB or anything. We'll just do a quick breakdown of yesterday. But yeah, I'm a glass is a half full kind of a guy, unless I'm in a water drinking contest. So I think that it's not the worst case scenario starting out 0-4. It does, give you a pause. Remember how difficult this is. Let's not get hung up on how successful our season was last year. It's also early. We struggled early last year as well, and we need to be very, very selective with our action. And so we can, reframe it, not be the end of the world. And also, thankfully, not at my $200 a unit bet starting off the season. So it wasn't so horrifying. But another day, and my A's glory is gone. The 50-1 to win the division equaled $0, and I didn't hedge it. And the 100-1 to win the AL equaled $0. But you know what? A little bit of hope never hurt nobody. We got some great cappers in the chat today, and I thank you all so much for joining me. We got Kylie Reynolds, we got Underdog, Gate Pass, Ski Profit, Von Polo, Yenny Toon, Flipper, 13, Reggie, Not Applicable, Trenton Claxton. Yeah, Trenton Claxton, great start. Absolutely great start. Off and rolling the over in Vancouver, Calgary. Freddie Fortune was on that too. And Anaheim over. Beautiful work, Trent Claxton. As always, man, seems like you're always hitting. Ski Profit, Not Applicable, YOLO Steez, proud of his Yankees. Underdog, Stephen Alla, Eddie Euler, and King Rail in the house. Thank you guys so much for joining me. As you can tell, Mr. Lodels, Koshak is still in New York City, so he won't be joining us. But the very beautiful and talented Natalie Rydstrom will be joining us here. She'll be coming on at the end of the show to give us her EPL pick of the weekend that she's very confident in. So that's very exciting. So we will have Natalie Rydstrom joining us at the end of this show. Mikey D, Jared Trader, Rough Night in the NHL. Yes. Red Girl, Alonzo Shivers, Mr. Ghoster, Raul Rogers. Andy says, never count us out, never count my Yanks out. Well, now that's it. YOLO Steve says, give us some more bad NHL picks to go the opposite of Jimmy. I will, absolutely. And YOLO Steve's, anytime you want to throw $500 into an account and go up heads up against me for the season, I will be happy to. Any fucking time you want, YOLO Steez. Anytime you want. Okay. Paka in the Heezy, Art Hayes, Brian Watson, Raphael Kajat, Wally George. Oh, Wally George also letting us know that Pete is in New York City for post-penile reduction surgery follow-up. Very interesting. Anna Marak in the house. Looking forward to get a UFC video from Anna Marak. Big Ragu, Melee Payless Way, Dav Fenn, Kyle Jack. We got a good group here, and let's get right into it. We have a lot to cover. We have 8 NHL games. We have the 2 NLDS games. We have a Thursday nighter. We have what else? We have Thursday night football. We have NCAA about to get rolling. So we are ready. Oh, and look at King Rail's records right there. 14-7-1 NBA preseason and Ski 3-0. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Marco Lou went 0-2 in the NHL last night. Yeah, it was a rough way to open, but that's just the way it is early in the season. A ton of volatility, and we will get after it again today. Melvin Morel in the house. Marco Lou saying staying off the NHL tonight, only on the Colts plus 10.5. We will get into that. Eddie Euler, how about those Capitals last night? My God, that goes against so many of the trends. My goodness, did they smash? And the question is, do we fade them today? And I am going to fade the Capitals. Raul Rogers saying we want Boston. Moses J in the house. And America here. Thank you. Loving the breakdown with Andreas Hale. My best bet UFC video. Good for tomorrow. Do you need today? Anytime works for you. We'd be happy to have it tomorrow. Actually, you know what? And America tomorrow would probably be better because there's a light card other than the NCAA football games. There's only 2 NHL games. So yes, tomorrow would be perfect. Jared Trader also went 0-2. I'm part of the reason why a lot of us have struggled. And so I take the blame. Absolutely take the blame on our start to the hockey season. Israel Williams in the house. R2D2 Finland, only one I trust tonight, Carolina and the Knights. I tell you what, my concern about the Flyers was Couturier being hurt. He's good to go. And Nolan Patrick, I just love this 1-2 connection down the center. But I'm probably not going to fade the Vegas Knights at home. I don't think that will be a winning proposition. Kylie Reynolds, Winnipeg over 5.5. I look forward to handle that. Eddie Euler saying Halak in goal for the Bees tonight. I don't think he will be. Is that confirmed? My guess is that they go right back. Let's just quickly take a look at the situation. I've got this up, but my guess is they go right back to Tuukka Rask, in all honesty. And let's see what they're saying on the NHL starting goalies website here. It is Halak projected. You know, I don't know. Oh, wow. YOLO Steve's 4-0 in NHL. Great job. Trenton Claxton, Vegas over. Winnipeg over. Minnesota over. Detroit over. This my NHL picks. Well, I like hearing that because I am on one of them. The Detroit over. Maybe your Vegas over is low-hanging fruit. We will get to that. Jim Rome Zedu said the Vancouver jersey brought them luck last night. Yes, it did. It didn't bring me luck, but it brought them luck. Jin Rummy joining us. Nice. Great to have you. Bruins minus 114, 1.24 units. Jets at plus 12. And over 6. Canes Islanders. Over 6 Canes Islanders, excuse me. And my only NHL play was yesterday was Canucks. Wow, Jin Rummy. Great job. Great job getting rolling here. Beautiful. Trenton Claxton, Houston minus 18, New England minus 10 and the half, Jimmy. That's exciting. We will break that down. George Stanley says, did you give Oakland yesterday, Jimmy? I didn't watch. No, George Stanley, I didn't. There was just no reason to because I had the futures on them. I did like them, but no, I did not make any bets on playoff baseball yesterday. Wally George says, Martin Jones blows. Sharks need a better goalie. I don't hate on Martin Jones. Nando Suevas, Yankees minus 1.5, cash out easy. Yes, and also shout out to Mohamed Joma. He said the final score would be 8-3 Yankees. He was very close. It was 7-2. R2D2 says Aho and Teravainen will rock. Aho is the real deal. YOLO Steez, Jimmy Detroit over. I'm a beg opposite Detroit under. Do your thing, YOLO. Do your thing. Do your thing. And but anytime, and no joke, anytime you want to put $500, give it to somebody here in the chat, someone that we trust, and go head to head. Be my fucking pleasure. Okay, let's get to work. MLB Game 1, Rockies at Brewers. This game goes off before the late show goes off. Antonio Zenzatella versus Brandon Woodruff. It is going to be a bullpen day for the Brewers. Roof will be closed. Now, that's just a guess of mine. It's just a guess that the roof will be closed. I don't have that fact, but it's cold and windy. It's about like 53 degrees. So I'm expecting that. I don't know if you guys could nail that. Hide and Seek says, Jimmy, you got any Europa League picks? No, but we do have Natalie Rydstrom joining us at the end of the show for EPL pick of the weekend, which is very exciting. Hopefully something we can make a regular thing, having her come drop by on Thursdays, give her us her EPL best bet. Roof will be closed. It's cold and windy. Bruins are going with a bullpen day. Milwaukee won 7 straight games to finish the regular season, tied atop the NL Central with the Cubs, then made it 8 straight with that big win against the Cubs Monday at Wrigley Field. Colorado won 9 of 10. These are 2 hot teams facing off. 5-2 loss to the Dodgers, sent them to Chicago. What a wild couple days it's been for them. Noah Lastark says, Jimmy, what happened to you in NHL? It's one day. One game, Noah Lastark. I started last year off bad, man. What happened? It's one game. Am I concerned? I don't like it. But, man, it's one game. We got how many days of the NHL? We got 8 months of this shit. And if you've seen my season-long records year after year after year, they're in the positives. And I expect everything to be the same here. Okay, so yeah, that's what happened, Noah Lastark. It was one day, and game 1 of the season, man. You think I'm gonna be nervous and not fire out picks? No, I'm gonna keep firing them out. Okay, so yes, we have 2 hot teams facing each other. Zenzatella will be pitching for the Rockies. 6-6, 4.38 ERA, 1.37 whip through 90 in a third, 69 Ks, 30 walks. In September, he went 2-1 with a 3.25 ERA, and a lot of people thought maybe he should have started that wild card game, but obviously moving with Freeland on short rest was the play to make. Lefties hit 265 with a 696 OPS off of him. Righties hit 267, but with a lot more power, 813 OPS off of him. And then we get to Woodruff. Woodruff split his time between Milwaukee and AAA Colorado Springs this year. With the Brewers, he went 3-0, 3.61 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. This was a guy that Pete Loshak at the beginning of the season said that he was high on and believes in. 42 and a third, 47 Ks, 14 walks. Very similar averages with both these teams against righties. The Rockies hit 248, 738 OPS. The Brewers hit 252, 749 OPS. Let's see what is going on and what people like here. O'Malley, Payless Way, Zenit, St. Petersburg to win, and Zenit, St. Petersburg team total over 1.5 play of the day from both Melee, Payless Way and Stephen Ala. That is a nice spot. Yes, today will be better. I agree, King Rail. It was just it was a tough spot. Those teams I think that we were fading, that we should continue to fade and not be scared. R2D2 Finland liking for KHL tomorrow. SKA -1.5 and CSKA Moscow at -1.5. And Lou 8. When Lou H and Melee Payless Wear on the same side, it's a side you trust and follow. Okay. Elio Rodriguez says, Jimmy, I like the Rockies. I like teams that don't have long rest on the first game. Let's see what else. Mikey D, Colorado, great road team, and they're hot. At +150, Rockies is a strong play today. Very interesting. Eddie Euler says, Milwaukee -153, line blows. Not applicable. Colorado, a well-oiled machine. Everybody so far coming in believing in these Rockies. Believing in these Rockies. Okay, yeah, YOLO Steez has gone from a LoBag family member to somebody who is hating on me. And that's all good, YOLO. That's one thing that we are open to. You feel free to say anything that you want. But do remember, there's only been one season of any sport that I've been negative on giving picks out on the show professionally, and that was this year's baseball season. So, but you know what, YOLO? You can go from LoBag familia to a hater because I have a bad day in NHL, and that's cool. You're open, and we're open to you having any feelings and anything you want. Okay. Eddie Euler, Braves, Dodgers under for my best play of the day. Anthony L., one of our best baseball guys. Rockies to win. I like Rockies to win the NL at +425. King Art, I'm on the Rockies over tonight. Erie, Uber, Rock Nation. Big Ragu, yes, Elio. Teams keep the Rockies rolling. So everybody here on the Rockies and nobody so far believing in these Brewers. Funny, YOLO Steve's afraid to go head-to-head against me, but thinks I'm giving out losing picks on purpose. Okay, Nighthawk and on says, I don't want to lay this much juice, Jim. So there's someone who says, the underlying theme of that line is that he believes in this team, the Brewers, but doesn't want to take him at -150. Elio Rodriguez says Rockies series has value. Wally George liking the over 7. So opposite side as who is that? Who is liking the under as the play of the day? Sorry, Eddie Euler liking Eddie Euler. All right, so that's Dion Davis, Brewers money line and over. So we have two guys on the over. And there, Fail Vine, Brewers all day long. There we go. Now they're coming out. Art Hayes, I like the Brewers. Rostradamus, Brew Crew won 8 in a row. John Wynn, anyone think Rockies being on the road since Monday, traveling LA and Chicago will have an effect on them playing today? Hey, YOLO, do it. Stay, YOLO, you just said, YOLO, you go back and forth, man. You just said that the more I watch, the more I think Jimmy's getting paid by the books to give out losing picks, so you morons will follow and books make a killing. And then you come back every time. Okay, YOLO Steve's, pick a side, man. Obviously, you think one way, and then when I challenge you, you jump ship on the other way. I know what I call people like that. I won't do that right here. Kobe Valentine joining us said, just got internet. I'm on the Brewers. Colorado way too tired. Too many pitchers. Milwaukee hot. Had the best ERA as a team in September. All over Milwaukee and Milwaukee to win the series. Speedy Fighter. I'm liking Brewers team total over and Brewers money line. Kylie Reynolds. Brewers hard to beat at home. Yenny Toon says, keep your head up, Jimmy. I believe in you. Thank you, Yenny. And Kobe Valentine, the big win for Van and Washington for me. San Jose blew my parlay, but still great work. Speedy Fighter said, screw what he said, Jimmy, the man. Hey, thank you, guys. It's all good. They're going to be haters. That's just part of this business, Okay. Oh God. Okay. YOLO, you can't say things like you said and then go right to I apologize, Jimmy. I love you, man. You're saying that these guys that I care so much about, that I would purposely try to hurt their bank account. And then you say, I apologize, Jimmy. I love you, man. And you know, I would say some horrible fucking things to you, YOLO Steez, for saying that I would, on purpose, screw over these people that I care so much about. And then you come right back because I challenge you and say, I love you, man. Zero jokes. That makes me angry. Really, really angry. So, you know, it's one thing when people are hating, but you think I'd hurt these people on purpose, and then you jump fucking to the other side and say, I apologize, Jimmy. I love you. You're fucking dead to me. Now, I'm gonna keep cool, but it makes me fucking angry. YOLO Steve. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it. Keep my cool. Let's move on to the next game. Braves at Dodgers. Braves at Dodgers. This is a play that I will have plays on that I will believe in. And I'm going to be on the Dodgers -1. I'm also going to be on the team total over. It's Mike Fultonavich versus Hyunjin Ryu. I believe in the Dodgers in this series, and I will be taking the team total over. Game time temp is 71 Fahrenheit with the wind blowing out to right field at 7 miles per hour. The Dodgers won the season series 5-2, scoring 5 runs per game compared to the Braves 2.6. We know that the Braves are dealing with a massive injury at shortstop, and it's going to hurt them in this series. I mean, this guy's an absolute stud, Swanson. They drafted him over Bregman, and now they're not going to have him here, and that's going to hurt them badly. Let's see. D. Bankroll saying Dodgers should slide with an easy dub. Jay the Gifted says, God, I hate the Dodgers. I'm on the over. Anthony L. on Dodgers to win the series, -1.5 games. Ooh, that's nice. Nolly knows Dodgers going to sweep. Eddie Euler 3-1 Dodgers. Malbury liking the sweep too. Erie Uber says Braves hit lefties pretty well, and we will get to that. We will get to that right here. Fulte, let's start with Fulte, though. Oh, and Dodgers starters 2.20 ERA in the 7 games against the Braves, while the Braves had a 4.69 ERA against these Dodgers. Fulte went 13-10 with a 2.85 ERA, 1.08 whip through 183 innings with 202 Ks, 68 walks. I do think that he had an incredible season, sort of the season that we were expecting to have. Really expecting him to have after all these years we've been watching him. Strong late season run. It was interrupted. The Cardinals got to him, roughed him up for 6 runs in 4 2/3, but Fultonavich finished the regular season with 2 strong starts against the Phillies. Fultonavich's roughest stretch all season, we remember it quite clearly here on the show, is a 4-start span. He gave up 18 earned runs in 23 1/3, but he fixed that. Now, one of those starts was against the Dodgers. The Dodgers have hit them. Now, I like Fulte, and I like Fulte's character. I think Fulte will step up in big games. I really, really do. Okay, lefties hit 183 with a 618 OPS off of him. Righties 208 with a 580 OPS off of him. Ryu went 7-3 with a 1.97 ERA, 1.01 whip. He looked extremely good after 3.5 months of the season spent on the DL with a groin strain. We saw pitchers do that all year. Be on the DL with a non-arm or shoulder or back-related injury and then come back fresh and firing. He's one of those guys. And people are surprised that Ryu is starting this game. It makes sense. They keep their rotation in order, and Kershaw can still pitch deciding Game 5 on regular rest. Lefties hit 250 with a 720 OPS off of him. Righties hit 213 with a 591 OPS off him. Now, it was said in the show, it was said, Braves hit lefties hard. They do. 269, 780 OPS. The Dodgers hit righties hard. 255 with even higher OPS at 796. Brooke Jordan said, I think he had 2 bad starts against the Dodgers. Udon Porn Ratana Facty says, Braves don't hit lefties. Dodgers hit right-handers well. Dodgers run line and over 7. Interesting. Mikey D says, Dodgers, Braves, interesting. Braves dangerous. Dodgers looking stout late in the year. Fulte is freaking good. under a look. Interesting. Jason Walker, I'm leaning towards the Braves today, so it's not everybody. It's not everybody here on the Dodgers. Anthony L. Kershaw won't have to pitch a game 5 because Dodgers sweep. A lot of people on the Dodgers today, but some people backing the Braves. Some people backing the Braves. So first off, Brewers at Dodgers. I'm going to take the -1 line. Made famous. Oh, wow. Duquesne and Taves have the flu, says Eddie Euler. We've not had good success trying to fade teams who we think are sick in the past. So I don't know about that, Eddie Euler, but if you get more information, we'd love to hear it. Raul Rogers loving the Dodgers today. So first off, the money line for the Dodgers, the best money line I could get is a -176 at Bet Online. Let's see if the Greek has anything better for us. The Greek is at -180. Okay, so -176 at Bet Online is the money line. -176. And the run line here, quickly, the run line, point spreads. Run line, we got a +117 here at Pinnacle, a +120 at Bookmaker, +120 at Heritage. Okay, so I will be taking the -1.5 here, -1.5 at +120, available at Bookmaker. Okay, and then Jesse the Shark says yes, it is Ryu pitching. Yes, we talked about that. Elio Rodriguez says I may lay the -160. I get it. I just don't really feel. Oh, R2D2 liking the Brewers here, so some more people coming out. And Art Hayes says they must be Braves fans. Okay, I'm gonna lock in right now. Here, I'm gonna lock in right now. This team total over for the Dodgers. Something that Dave in LA was talking about, and something that I agree on, is that we should take the team total overs every game right now with the Dodgers, and I'm going to support that and back that. And shout out to my man Dave LA. Let's see what's going on. Why are we not getting MLB here coming up? Why is it not jumping up? Here we go. Baseball. Okay, we're not getting it. Let me. All right, I'm gonna. Can anybody help me find? I don't want to take too much time line shopping here, but we'll quickly take a look at Heritage for what they're giving up as a team total over here. Oh wait, no, that was going to work, wasn't it? Sorry, you guys, taking 1 second. I hate this. I hate making you guys wait. I apologize. Just want to grab. All right, today. Here we go. Quickly, team totals. Over 4 at -112. I will take that. Over 4. Team total over 4 at -112. Brought to us by Pinnacle. Wally George, Jimmy, can you parlay series prices? Yeah, you can. At least at the book I use. I don't know about you guys, but yes, that's something that you can do. Raul Rogers giving a shout out to Dave LA. The man knows his baseball. And Lou H. Brew Crew to win series -150. Lock that shit in, bro. Okay, very interesting. Christopher Carter backing says I like this play, booked it at 4. And okay, so that's baseball. That's the way I'm handling things. -110 at Bookmaker. Thank you, Dan. I will take the -110 at Bookmaker. Thank you, Dan. Kelly, 2 cents saved. Okay, so Braves at Dodgers -1 is a -176 and a -1.5 at +120. That's what I'll be taking. And I will be taking the team total over 4 at -110. And at this point, I will be staying off the Rockies at Brewers spot. I'm a little tentative. Let's see. Dom Ricci, in my opinion, the Braves have a nice shot to take this game. They're rested. Big underdog might be overlooked here. Love the Dodgers in the series, but I'm on the Braves and the over. Very interesting stuff, Dom. And I hear you. I hear you. I just think losing Dansby is a huge loss to these Atlanta Braves. You know, there's a reason why he was picked over Bregman, and he was coming on. He was definitely coming on, and I believe they'll have Culberson at shortstop now. I just feel like that's a big loss. A big loss. Dem Boys coming in. Anyone bet preseason basketball? Yes. And we have the show you need to follow, Dem Boys. We have the King's Court that's on every day, 7:30 Eastern time, and they join us in the chat. We got Ski Profit with us right now, and we got King Rail right here who can answer questions. But they've been hammering preseason basketball right now. Ski Profit 3-0 in preseason, and King Rail 14-7-1. Okay. So that's what's up. Oh, yeah, Gibson stole the game, Michael Irving. Yeah, I think that there's no problem right now believing in the Sharks team. They outshot the Ducks 2-1, and there's no reason why we shouldn't just keep going. Jared Cherry says, I think the Dodgers win tonight at home, riding the momentum, my only MLB play. Okay, let's move on to NHL right now. So those are the plays, and that's what it is and what it isn't. Let's start with the Capitals at Penguins. Caps got the defense of their Stanley Cup rolling with a 7-0 trouncing of the Bruins. These teams don't like each other. Dumoulin said, even though it's just a regular season game, I think the stakes are high. Penguins were eliminated by the Capitals last year and have received their first extended offseason after a couple long summers with Stanley Cup victories. The Capitals didn't seem to miss Tom Wilson last night, who began serving his 20-game suspension. There is talk the Capitals coach Todd Reirden could go right back to Holtby. I would be shocked if he did this. I doubt that he makes this decision. I'm curious to see what you guys think, but I really doubt that he goes right back to Holtby. I expect Phoenix Copley to get his second career start, undrafted 26-year-old, coming off a good enough season for the Hershey Bears, 15-17-4, 2.91 goals against average, 0.896 save percentage. If you are backing the Capitals, I would wait till the goaltender is announced. I expect Copley to be announced, and you will get a much better line. If you're taking the Penguins, I would jump on them now. Back-to-backs are much tougher early in the season. The Penguins are reasonably healthy. Justin Schultz and Brian Dumoulin are game-time decisions. Both are expected to play. In saying all that, I will fade the Stanley Cup champions after that 7-0 shellacking and party that I'm sure went on after it in their city after raising the banners. I will be taking the Pittsburgh Penguins on the -1.5 line. Let's see, plus 182 at Pinnacle, a plus 187 at Heritage. Let's quickly see if the Greek is beating it. It's not. A plus 187 at Heritage. I will take that. -1.5, plus 187 available at Heritage. Jim Tobleson says, I would lean over in this game. SM says, Halak is in net for the Bees. I still feel like if I was coaching that team, I'd go right back to Rask after Halak played the second half of the game. I know that's expected that Rask will be in net, but I'm not entirely sure that will be the case. Roster Diamond says, what time does King's Court air? Is there a live chat? Yes, there is a live chat. There is, it's at 7:30 Eastern, and the live chat is a moneymaker. So that's my first play of the day. Penguins -1.5 at plus 187. Next up, we have the Islanders at Hurricanes. I am taking the over in this hockey game. We'll get into reasons why. I'm taking the over at Islanders at Hurricanes. It was a moneymaker last year with the Islanders. I'm going right back to it. The John Tavares era is over. Now we begin the Matthew Barzal era for Strong Island. There's a lot of pressure on last year's Rookie of the Year. Each team has a new coach, fresh off coaching the Capitals to a Stanley Cup champion, Barry Trotz, on board directing the Islanders, and former Hurricanes. Oh, nice. People believing in backing these Pens. Eddie Euler said, might need an empty netter, Jimmy. Jason Bernard said, Pens should win. Not applicable. Pens will make the Caps shit to bed. And, yes. Jim Tolleson, like to watch the first 2 weeks of NHL, then really hammer the games. That makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. Don Ricci said, gotta go get the grandson from school. I've been listening in the car, Jimmy. Have a good day, guys. I'm on the Pens. Perfect. And Braves and over. And Jason Bernard, loving Preds and Wings. I can't wait to get into those games. Let's keep moving. And SM says, Pitt win by regulation. Even +1 is even money. A reminder, winning by 2+ is tough. I hear that, and we'll be talking about that back and forth all season. Darnell Lyons, I'm on the over in Islanders Canes. I am as well. Let's break these teams down. So Rod Brindamore will be coaching this Carolina Hurricanes team. Rod Brindamore, a heart and soul guy throughout his career. Could put up big points. Also famous for knocking out Eric Lindros in the dressing room, giving Eric Lindros one of his concussions, then telling the front office that they had to decide between Eric Lindros and Rod Brindamore was swiftly sent out to the Carolina Hurricanes. Like last year, both teams come in with very questionable goaltending. Scott Darling suffered an injury in the last preseason game that might keep him out for a couple weeks. Carolina then had to claim Curtis McElhaney. Scott Darling was having a very good preseason, and I think he's better than he showed last year. So the opening night starter in net for the Hurricanes will be Peter Mrazek, and I don't believe in Mrazek. I never have. He's a streaky goalie, though. He can't step up, but I don't believe in him. Hurricanes are extremely young. Look at this first line. It's Sebastian Aho, who's a beast. 2 very strong seasons under his belt for that 21-year-old. But he's got Valentin Zykov on his left wing and Andrei Svechnikov. There, wrong me. Svechnikov on his other wing. So he's got Zykov on one side, Svechnikov on the other. 21-year-old Aho looks to become the leader of this franchise, and it's going to be tough with these kids beside him. So Svechnikov was the 2nd overall pick in the draft. He put up 40 goals in 44 games in his first year with the Barrie Colts. And then Zykov is actually the elder, 23 years old, but only 12 games under his belt. The Islanders are going with Thomas Greiss. We saw how terrible he was last year. The Islanders won't have Andrew Ladd in the lineup. The Islanders are 9-19-8 opening the season on the road. Overall, 11-23-11 in openers. That's the 3rd worst mark among current NHL franchises. Carolina 9-29 is even worse. And that's counting the time with the Hartford Whalers. So that's what's up. I'm on the over of the Islanders at Hurricanes. Let's do some quick line shopping here on the totals. Here, over 6. There's a -113 here at Pinnacle. And that is what I will be taking. Hurricanes over 6 at -113. Let's get after it. Jensen Bonson said, Jimmy will never be able to do an NHL play-by-play. I would love the opportunity. Dom Reach said, Isles are the team they're talking about in New York. They should improve. The Rangers, not so much. Rangers -800. They missed the playoffs. Pitiful. Miss Mikey D, got to go to the store. Timeout for 12 minutes. We will see you back here soon. Okay, so I'm on the over 6 at -113. Islanders at Hurricanes. Okay, next up, Bruins at Sabres. I find this a tricky spot. Bruins are on the second half of a back-to-back. They were embarrassed. I think they come out hard here. This was actually a game I was hoping to take the Sabres on, but I can't do it after the Bruins lost 7-0. Halak replaced Rask halfway through the second period. It's unclear who will start for me. I'm not just sold that Halak will start. We'll know at the end of the season. Or sorry, at the end of the day, excuse me. Sabres have 8 newcomers on this team this year, and their first line looks like they should be able to light the lamp. Eichel, new captain, Jack Eichel, is centering Jeff Skinner and Sam Reinhart. That's a dangerous, dangerous line. Now, we know that Skinner has concussion problems and doesn't generally last through an 80-game season. Sam Reinhart is someone I really believe in. I was a big fan of his father, 2nd overall draft pick in 2014. And Jack Eichel is a beast. Wow, Eddie Oiler, Bruins had 91 more points than the Sabres last season. This is a Sabres team that I like. And I also like getting Ryan O'Reilly out of the dressing room. And Tage Thompson, Vladimir Sabaka, and Patrick Berglund will all be in the lineup. Those are the guys they got. Also, they have Connor Sheary, ex-Penguin Connor Sheary, who will be making his Sabre debut. They have some injuries, though. Scott Wilson, Sean Malone, Johan Larsson, and Matt Hunwick are on the injured reserve. The real issue to me is Rasmus Ristolainen. He's questionable night with an upper body injury. I'd like to know if he was in the lineup. But in saying all that, nice, Mr. Gokster. Live at the sports store, Jimmy. Keep up the magic, pal. Hey, nice to have us, have me on at your store. We love you so much here, Mr. Gokster. Bruins at Sabres. I think this is a tricky spot. Ziggy Balls leaning Bruins. Nice to have Ziggy Balls joining us. Normel says Bruins are pissed and will win. That's very possible. And Jim Tobleson, living in Buffalo, says everyone in Buffalo pumped about this team and ready for this game. Take the Sabres. Eddie Oiler saying Sabres D is injured. It is with Hunwick and possibly Ristolainen. Okay, moving on. Blue Jackets at Red Wings. I'm on the over here. I'm joining Trenton Claxton. Everybody making a big deal about Eunice Korpisalo starting this game over Bobrovsky. I think if Bobrovsky had signed, I mean, obviously it's because he didn't sign the extension in the offseason. He's on his last year of his contract. So is Artemi Panarin. I think this is simply a case of wanting Bobrovsky to start the home opener. This doesn't, I don't think that they should be making a big deal about this. The big deal they should be making is that Seth Jones, who was a very highly thought of in the Norris Trophy run this year, or race this year, will be out 6 to 8 weeks. Zach Werenski returns from a shoulder surgery. He may get off to a slow start. Those are sort of red flags for the Jackets, but I'll tell you why I can't back the Red Wings, even though they look very good in preseason. The Jackets have a good mix of size and skill, and Artemi Panarin is very, very skilled forward. He'll be the best player on the ice. The Red Wings are destined to get off a slow start, though. 3 of their top 6 defensemen are on injured reserve. Mike Green, Jonathan Erickson, Nicholas Kronwall will be unavailable to start the year. Now, 2016 first-round pick Dennis Cholowski looked incredible in the preseason. He'll be ready to play 20-plus minutes on the back end. With Zetterberg's retirement, the torch has been passed to Dylan Larkin. Dylan Larkin, 63 points last year, signed a 5-year, $30.5 million contract extension. So the Blue Jackets defense are hurt. The Red Wings defense are hurt. To me, that says over. To me, that spells an over, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the over in the Jackets at Red Wings. 2 low-scoring teams from last year. Let's see. Is there 5.5s? And wow, plus 100 at 5 times, although we can't take it. Plus 100 at Heritage. But we do need full juice on those lines. So we add 5 cents to the Heritage stuff. So let's see where else. I will be taking 5.5 at minus 101 available. That was available at Pinnacle. Over 5.5 minus 101. What I would like to have happen. Oh, Jim Tolbeson, bold prediction. Dahlin, Skinner, Eichel all get goals tonight. I love that. Eddie Euler says Jacket Wings game 10 to go extra time. What I'd prefer happening from a gambling situation is that the Red Wings do start off slow. As soon as they start getting more defensemen back, I'm going to be hammering them. I believe in this young squad, and I believe in this coaching staff. I believe in the Red Wings. No, I don't. I'm not saying they're a playoff team, but over 73.5 points is something that I like. Okay, Blackhawks at Senators. Daryl Lyles leading us in, saying, like the Blackhawks, full game over. 2 teams with low expectations get their season started. The post-Erik Karlsson era could be an ugly one in Ottawa. And who do we have to blame for that? Eugene Melnyk. I don't know how long this franchise will stay there. I expect it to move to Quebec City within 2 or 3 years. And it's sad, truly sad for all the Ottawa fans. Eli Bulldog says, thanks to you guys. Since listening to your show, my bankroll's gone up 50%. Fuck the haters. Keep up the good work. Best show on YouTube. Thank you so much, Eli Bulldog. It's a battle. Scotty Rock saying, damn, got that Crip Blue on today. Sure. No Crips down here. Got to represent. Small units on NHL, says SM, and he's right. Wait a few games before wedging heavy units. I agree. Not applicable, says Blackhawks fighting the flu. Jansen Bonda says, take the better team in Chicago. Tyler Reynolds, Blackhawks and over cash it. I'm concerned about this spot, and I was actually leaning towards the Senators, but don't know if I could make that move. This defense looks awful. Thomas Chabot, Chris Weidman are the number 1 D pair. Mark Borowiecki and Cody Ceci are the number 2 pair. That is not good. This is going to be a long year in Ottawa. The Blackhawks are now an old team with low expectations. Time just flies. Dan Bowman continues to make perplexing decisions. Signing 39-year-old Chris Kunitz to an aging hockey team is ridiculous. SM says, I'm in Ottawa and the Sens are done. I agree, Jimmy. They will land in Quebec. Maybe, but Seattle. You're right. It's very likely to go to Seattle. I just see now that people are thinking that Seattle's the next team to get a franchise, that the hordes of fans in the East, especially the French-Canadian fans, will step up and start screaming. But yeah, I guess it's most likely. Yeah, Scotty Rock, I was so sad about the Sharks breaking your heart and your parlay last night. SM says, take the Hawks 2.5 team total over. That might easily be the spot here. Absolutely says, only value is the over. Need to watch these teams before betting a lot of units. I agree. I'm going to stay off this. I think there's a ton of volatility in this game. Next up, Predators at Rangers. The Rangers traded veterans at the trade deadline last year, replaced Alan Vigneault with David Quinn. Comes in after a 5-year stint at Boston University. I don't know if you guys know David Quinn's background, but it's quite interesting. He was drafted in the first round, 13th overall by the North Stars in '84. Went professional immediately after being drafted. Instead of going professional, he went to Boston University. So then after his junior season, he tries out for the 1988 U.S. Olympic team, and during tryouts, they find out that he has hemophilia B, which is known as a Christmas disease, and it prevents your blood from clotting properly, and he had to retire from the game. So 4 years go by. He then finds the medication to combat the disease, and he comes back to the NHL. He just plays a handful of games, but obviously the 4 years away from the game really hurt him, and he retired very young and went right into coaching. And he spent the last 5 years at Boston University and took them, as you guys know, to a championship in 2017. The Rangers, though, have young forwards that I believe are capable of stepping up. I'm a Zibanejad fan. I like Nemesnikov. I like Buchnevich. I think they all have big upside. But we have already seen the offensive magic of Zuccarello. This Rangers team should be able to score. In saying all that, actually, to be honest with you, after I started capping this game and really taking a good look at this roster, I was like, you know what? I don't see why they can't get over 77.5 points. And then when you look at their defense, you're like, okay, I guess it's because they have such a weak defense. This National Predator squad could be a juggernaut. So much depth at every position, size, skill, toughness. They will be tough to beat. I don't think taking these great teams on the road coming in is necessarily a, we don't use the word lock, but a great situation. I mean, yeah, initially I really like the Predators at -1.5. I don't know if I'm going to take them now. I'm certainly not going to make them a pick, kind of think about it on the show, hear what you guys have to say. Let's see quickly what the Predators point spread is here. Predators point spread -1.5. Wow, you're getting big scores. +181, +182 at Heritage. Wow, I find that quite appealing. Ziggy Ball says I lean Rangers based on the new coach. Rangers won last 4 meetings with the Preds at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Oh, absolutely says he's going to be a hell of a coach. And as a Rangers fan, I look forward to the next 4 or 5 years with him at the helm. But for right now, there will be some growing pains. Yeah, but I really like the offense you guys have put together. Eddie Euler, Preds, Rangers over is my lean. Value today, mini to win in regulation. Winnipeg in regulation, big money return, says SM. Yeah, I agree. I think this is a little more tricky than it looks. Raul Rogers says, who is this Ziggy Balls guy? Ziggy Balls been gone for a while, but he's always been a supporter of the Low Shack in the Bag show. And I follow him on Twitter and always been a part of the Low Bag fam, Raul. Kylie Reynolds says, just seen Andreas UFC pick on SBR. Like McGregor and the under, yes. Wow, okay, nice. Kylie Reynolds backing Andreas Hale's picks there. Jim Rome's a douche. Don't trust Elliott. You're right. That's the big concern in Philly. Gate Passkey says Preds on the puck line is a great pick, boys. I get it. I just can't do it. I'm not going to pull the trigger here. Predators at Rangers at this point. Let's keep rolling right along. Jets at Blues after a 114-point season in a very impressive season, especially against the tough Central Division. Jets are dealing with enormous expectations, and reasonably so. They're ranked number 1 in the ESPN preseason power rankings. 9 of Sportsnet's NHL insiders predicted the team to win the Stanley Cup this year. This is a big spot, big season for the Jets. Kylie Reynolds says, following the Ice Guys, Jets and over, not applicable on the Jets. I'm not. I'm not going to take the Jets here, and I'm not sure about the over at this point. I don't know why the Jets didn't replace Paul Stastny. It's not that Stastny played that well. He didn't play that well. But before the playoffs started, they felt they weren't strong enough down the middle, and all of us agreed with them. Their top 4 centers, Scheifele, Little, Lowry, and Kopp, are just not strong enough, and now they start with the same group that they deemed not strong enough. Scheifele gets hurt every year. I love him, but he plays a very rugged style. He gets hurt every year, and when that happens, they move Blake Wheeler over. I don't think Little's good enough as a number 2 center. Certainly isn't good enough as a number 1 center when Scheifele is hurt. Don't get me, Reef, New York City, congratulations on your Yankees, man. Great job. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a very good team. Ton of weapons, very strong defense. Blues added a lot of vets, have a good group of youngsters coming in. Vets and youngsters. Offseason pickups, O'Reilly, Perron, Maroon, and Bozak. They give them a ton of depth behind Shen, Tarasenko, and Schwartz. Jake Allen did not look great last year. We saw how bad backup Chad Johnson is with the Sabres last year. SM says value today is on Winnipeg to win in regulation. Tomer says Jets struggled on the road in the regular season last year. You know what? To be honest with you, the more I cap this game, the more I find the Blues in their season opener appealing. Let's see what the money line would be for the Blues in their season opener. Wow, -108. I find the Blues very interesting. Absolute Lily says Raslovich will fill that number 3 center role well. Don't sleep on them. Breakout players on the Jets, in my opinion. That's great info, Absolute Lily. That is great info right there, and thank you for doing it. Let's just take a look at where he stands on this Jet depth chart right now. Oh, because he's a third-line winger here. Wow, and you're right. Possibly center the second line in this year's campaign. So Raslovich must be the point. Very, very shrewd stuff. Absolutely. Thank you for giving us that information. Gate Pasquis says, waiting to see the Blues before fading them. You know, the more I talk about this game, the more I have some interest in the Blues at home here. And it's not that I don't think the Jets are going to be a great team this season. I do. Just feel like we might be getting value with them. There's going to be a lot of excitement right there. I'm going to hold off. Okay, let's keep rolling. Here is a puck line play I will be making. I will be taking the Dallas Stars at -1.5 to get their season off to a good start. They've beaten the Coyotes 7 straight times. Coyotes had a busy offseason. Re-signed Antti Ranta. I love it. They also re-signed Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I like that a lot. They got Galchenyuk, who's hurt right now. And they also signed Michael Grabner and Vinny Hinostroza from Chicago. Coyotes start the season with injuries to number 2 center Galchenyuk and number 3 center Christian Dvorak. That's going to hurt them. On the Star side of thing, Hitchcock retired. That's good. They needed a new voice. That new voice is Jim Montgomery. He coached the University of Denver for the past 5 seasons, led them to an NCAA championship as well. They got a combined 296 points from his top 4 offensive players last season: Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, Radulov, and Klingberg, and Little Elf. And that's always going to be a problem with this Stars team. They just don't have anything other than those 4. In saying all that, I'm going to back them here, and I'm going to fade the Coyotes night 1. I also think that the recency bias of watching the Coyotes last 20 games is going to affect Cappers and people who think they're going to have a big season this year. I'm not sold on them, and I don't like their GM and the decisions he's made. So let's do it quickly. Take a look at what I'm getting on the puck line for the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars puck line -1.5. We got a +149, +150 at Bookmaker, +155 at Heritage. That's what I will take. -1.5 at +155 at Heritage. Eddie Oiler saying, again, flaky, yeah, but they seem to start off pretty strong. Gay Pasquis said Hitchcock Khan and the Stars can start pushing the pace. That's what they needed to do. I totally agree with you. They needed to do that last year. Anna Mark says, damn, that hurts. I'm hoping Coyotes have a breakout season. Hoping, not betting. I hear that. Hey, you know, a lot of people agree with you. In fact, I'm the only one that I've heard take the unders on the Coyotes. Everybody's on the over. Everybody that I know believes in them. Absolutely Lily says, I know this sounds weird, but this game reminds me of Flames Canucks last night. New coach who is a favorite. I can sense maybe a chance the Stars are a little lost on systems by a new coach. I think they're excited. Hitchcock is so old school. I hear what you're saying, absolutely, Lee, and you make great points. Brian Clark saying no, he's back in the Coyotes. A lot of people are. So you know what? And absolutely says presents opportunities for Yotes despite injuries. I hear that. I just think this is a good time to fade them, and I'm doing that. Let's keep rolling. Wild at Avalanche. McKinnon was the runner-up for the Hart Trophy after putting up 39 goals and 58 assists. And remember, Natalie Ryson will be joining us soon. 23-year-old center Nathan McKinnon just keeps looking better and better and better and better. I picked him 3rd overall in my hockey pool this year. Leads this incredible first line with Landeskog and Rantanen. Varlamov will get the start. Now, their second line of Jost, Kerfoot, and Andrighetto is ranked last among second lines in the NHL right now, and that will always be their problem. Wild have a ton of depth at every position. Not applicable said Coyotes better goaltending. Yeah, I'm a Ranta fan and always have been. In fact, the huge mistake I made was thinking that the Golden Knights should have taken him over Fleury last year, and God, was I ever wrong there. Wild have a ton of depth at every position. This team is so strong. You know, I don't know. No one ever seems to put them in the elite of the NHL. But God, they're just strong year after year, led by a great defense with Ryan Suter and Matt Dumba. I'm a huge Dumba guy. Parise says he's 100% healthy. We'll see how long that lasts for. They have it all: size, toughness, skill. They are a good team that will make the playoffs every single year. Gate Pasquis says, love the Habs at home opener. Puck line with no hesitation. I have hesitation. I like the Habs this year. I have the over 86.5 points. I was surprised it was so low. People think this will be a comeback to earth year for this squad. I don't really think so. Absolutely says over is hit, and Minnesota wins 4 of their last 6 matches. lean over 6, even at a high number. Eddie Oiler, Avalanche 7-1 and 7-2 last year at home versus Minnesota. I remember that. Those were huge, huge wins. I just feel like this is a team I want to watch both of these teams before I make a bet. And then finally, we have the marquee matchup of the night, other than, of course, Capitals at Penguins. Flyers at Golden Knights. This is going to be exciting. How will the Golden Knights follow up quite possibly the greatest story in the history of sports? Vegas, will they continue their production from last season? There were career years all over the place, and that's the only reason why I actually think this team might be better than they were last year. Now, we do know Nate Schmidt dealing with PED suspension for 20 games. He's a huge piece of this team. Take my NHL record off the screen. It's bothering me. Bad karma. I forgot that would be up there. That's funny. Yes. Hey, man, I'm the one who wrote the tag. I'm not afraid to, be totally transparent with my action. That's funny, Jensen. 12 returning players set NHL highs for points in 2017-28. That whole top line, Carlson 78, Marchessault 75, Smith 60, career highs. Second line, Haula, defenseman Miller, Schmidt, Theodore, Englund, all career highs. Now, this team could be even, and then don't forget, Fleury, best numbers in all of his 14 NHL seasons with last year, 2.24 goals against average, 927 save percentage. Noah Lastark says, fade Vegas for the first 3 weeks. I would like to. Raphael Kajat says, I would take the under 98 points for the season. Not applicable says, fade them. I get it. I'm not going to do that, though. I would love to. And you know what? If I hadn't got off to a losing start, maybe I would have. But I'm not going to. At home, especially at home, I mean, they're just a juggernaut at home. Now, I'm in love with this Flyers team. Don't get me wrong. And also, the Golden Knights are dealing with injuries to Tuck and to Cody Eakin. But the Flyers are going to be very good this year. Konechny is a beast at 21. Giroux and Couturier and Konechny on the first line. Oh, that's dangerous. Nolan Patrick is on that great second line with Simmons and Voracek, although Simmons is a little banged up. Goaltending remains a giant concern. Neuwirth and Elliott ranked in the bottom of 10 of the NHL last season. We will see. Nighthawk says that they'll only go one way, Jim. Regression. I agree. Mikey D says, yo, I'm back. I will rewatch what I missed. I went to 2 stores. I respect. I'm not going to start the year. Eddie Oiler says Philadelphia won 4-1 in Vegas last year. I remember it. I'm just not going to start the year fading these Knights. Eddie Oiler says Flyers power play was good. It's going to be awesome, that power play. Raphael saying new roster going to take a minute to create chemistry. I agree. But my God, I'm just not going to start off the year by fading these Golden Knights at home. We saw how that worked out for people last year. And remember, I was not fading them until the playoffs. I was just not taking them. So I was leaving a ton of money on the table while you guys were making so much cash. Okay. Eli Bulldog, I'm in Vegas for one night. I need one good NHL bet for tonight. Well, let's quickly all chime in before we bring in Natalie Rydstrom and go over our plays one last time. What do you guys think is the best play, the lowest hanging fruit on this NHL card? For me, I think that the best play on this NHL card, wow. Let's see. I think it probably is the Stars. I think the Dallas Stars at home with their new coach, with Ben and Sagan healthy, knowing that they're going to get a ton of run, get to play more offensively. I like the Stars at plus 155. Bag the Bling says Blackhawks. Michael Irvalina says Pens. And, I like that too. Maybe you split them up into 2 and take the Pens and the Stars. I love the Pens, and you get a huge score on minus 1.5. I like that too. Let's see what SMSA says. Nashville win on the money line. Carolina, New York, 5.5. Alternative total, minus 140 over. Okay, I see why you take that. Pitt's win in regulation, and Dallas win in regulation. Well, I'm on Pitt and Dallas, and if they win in regulation, I bet you one of them. If they both win in regulation, I bet you one of them covers my puck line. So we will see. So let's see what everybody else's best play is for my man Eli Bulldog. So we did Reef, New York City's on Pens. SM is on Nashville. Trenton Claxton, Vegas over is low hanging. D Bankroll, Predators. Gate Pass Key, pissed off Bruins team. Hit the like button, Vegas over. Anna Merrick, Brian's minus 1.5 is my favorite play. They got killed and will come back angry. Marco Lou, Blackhawks, Senators over. Jason Bernard, favorite play is a Pred. Scotty Rock, Bruins all day. Okay. Not applicable. Over 5.5 in Philly, Vegas. So that again, you'd have to buy the line down. And Mikey D likes the Blues game over 5.5. John Roy likes the Blues. You know, I think I might jump with them here. I think this is a good spot for them against this team that everybody believes in so much. I like that, John Roy. I think I may jump on that, but I'm going to take a little time. Elio Rodriguez took the under 6 in the Stars game. Gate Pass Key. Stars are a great pick too. Let's see here. SM. Liking those plays. I like your plays, SM. Eddie Euler liking the Boston Bruins. Absolute Lely. Winnipeg moneyline. Best bet for me. Damn. Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. Best bet by Ian Cameron on the over in the Columbus Blue Jackets Detroit Red Wings. I haven't seen the Ice Guys yet. I'd love watching. Respect out to the Ice Guys for sure. Yes, I think with all the injuries on defense that game, I've already got it as an over. So I'm with you absolutely. Wally George, you got to come out to Vegas for Knights Canucks. You know I would love that, Wally. Bag the Bling, Pretz game under. Melvin Morrell likes the Columbus. Elio Rodriguez, Stars under. D Bankroll, Blues cost me one game last year against the Jets. I think be careful on that game. I like it. SM says, when you play NHL totals at 6, buy the hook to 5.5 for the over. I understand that. Reef New York City says, tell Pete to meet me at Totono's Pizza. I think that's a great idea, Reef. I will tell him to do that. And SM, yeah, repeating that play about buying the hook. And Mr. Gokster, I'll have some fire plays on the 6 p.m. show. Y'all love that. Feel free to videotape him. We'll play him, Mr. Gokster. And all right. So let's quickly recap the plays that I've made so far on today's show. In baseball, I'm on Dodgers -1, which is a -176 on the money line, and -1.5 at the puck line of +120. I'm also on the team total over 4 at -110, available at Bookmaker. Oh, shit. We haven't even gone into NFL yet. What the hell am I doing? Oh, my God. I thought, okay, sorry. Let me quickly go over these plays. We got to get into NFL. God, what the hell's wrong with me? I apologize, you guys. Okay, so those are the plays there. And then in hockey, I'm on the Penguins -1.5 at +187. I'm on the Islanders Hurricanes over 6 at -113. I'm off the Bruins Sabres. I'm taking the over 5.5 Blue Jackets Red Wings. I'm off the Blackhawks Senators. I'm off the Predators Rangers. The Blues I find enticing. I don't know if I want to start the season fading the Jets, but the Blues I find enticing. Maybe the Blues are going to need time with all these new players. I don't know if I will make that move. Wild Avalanche, I am off. I'm off Flyers at Golden Knights. Those are my plays in the books. Okay, let's get to this Thursday nighter. My fault, you guys. Lollygagging when we could be talking about this huge Thursday nighter. Colts at Patriots. Open at Patriots -10. And that line has stayed, I believe. No, 10.5s on the board. There were 10.5s, but then they left the board. Now they're back. T.Y. Hilton will not be in the lineup today. The total opened at 53 and then went down to 51.5s and 51s. Let's take a quick look at it and see if it's still being streamed to the under. Yes, in a big way. Wow. Now 50s, 49.5s on the board. If you're going for the under, the Bet Online has that best line at -105, 50.5 and -105. If you are taking the over, Pinnacle and Bookmaker are hanging 49.5s and -110. Wow. Wow, Vitalis rolling into Reno, Nevada. Enjoy that, my man. So let's quickly break this game down. Too big of a spread? That is the question. Without T.Y. Hilton, maybe it isn't. Brady on 4 days rest. This is an old team. Can they turn it around in quick time? And can this Pats defense stop Andrew Luck? I know they only allowed 7 points to the Dolphins, but the Dolphins are a terrible, terrible team. Let's see what Scotty Rock's on. Patriots first half -6.5. Says that will cash. Corey Mack says 74% of money on the Pats so far, guys. Be weary. Colts could sneak in there with us at +10 as of now. Eddie Euler betting against Brady's rolling the dice. Frank Alexander, Pats with the under. Gate Pass Key says Colts injuries. Edelman back. I like the under in New England -10.5. Nasty Nate saying Pats win by 27. Yes. Edelman hasn't played in over a year though. Over a year. Did what a lot of athletes do. Got injured. Tried to get healthy by using PEDs. Will he be effective? Will Doyle miss his 3rd straight game? Kenny Moore in concussion protocol. They need him. I need to know about Kenny Moore if I have any inkling of backing the Colts here, which I'm not sure if I do. Thank you, Brian Clark. Much love, man. Michael Orvalina says, Pat's secondary still scares me. Nighthawk says, looks like an under is the right play there, Jim. Not applicable. Nearly everybody said the Dolphins were good. I didn't. I took their team total under 6.5, and people made a lot of fun of me at the opening of the season. Now, they do not have enough depth on that team to handle these injuries. Their center's injured and Kilgore. Now their right guard's hurt as well. They're in big, big, big trouble. Yes, Natalie Wrightson will be joining us very soon. So I don't have a play on this Colts Patriots at this point. But this line keeps going down. And with Kenny Moore and concussion protocol, I guess too bad T.Y. Hilton's not active. Maybe that's part of the reason. Antoine Seymour says Edelman don't need practice. Scotty Rock say they're going to smash the Colts. Kate Baskey says he will be a decoy tonight and Brady will spread the ball around. Raphael Kajak, Colts had a grueling OT game last week. Now the road on a short week going to Pats. I'd like the 10 points. This all makes sense. Gordon scores a TD is Reef NYC's play. And I get it. Oh, wow. Elio Rodriguez on Colts first half team total over. Take the prop. Sonny Michel, I believe is what Michael Irvin is talking about. Over yards and scores a TD. Yeah, I like Sonny Michel. Scotty Rock. Oh, and Pats -10 and the under is on Ralph Portwando. And that's what's up. So we will hammer this game more in the afternoon show because we've gone through all the capping of the hockey games already. So we will hammer this a lot in the late show. I do not have a play yet on Thursday Night Football. Thursday Night Football has not been very good to me. Reef, New York City, Pats first half. Soyless in Seattle, McDaniels revenge game for the Colts. Very interesting stuff here. So I am not making a play yet on the Thursday night, but if you listen to the cappers on our chat, the sharp cappers on our chat are loving the Patriots here in this situation with the Colts dealing with that overtime game and then the short turnaround. Quickly on to NCAA football. We're not going to break it down as much on this show. We will hammer it on the late show because we want to hear what Natalie Rydstrom's EPL play of the week is. Noli No says take Troy tonight. We've already had a lot of talk about Troy and the under in that game. Also, Noli knows like in Tulsa, Houston, under 70. I can promise you that we will hammer these Thursday night games and more NCAA football. We will make football a priority on the late show, as we did during the season when we focused on basketball and hockey on the early shows and then focused on college sports on the late shows. We will be doing that as well. King Rail liking Houston first half -9. I like that play as well. Let me quickly copy and paste King Rail's play. I'm a big believer in Houston moving forward. They've made money for us so far. I like it. Scotty Rock backing the Troy spot, saying take Troy and Houston. We will be hammering these college games heavy on the late show. And Jojo Tuwavy, get the bag. Let's all get the bag. But without further ado, I'm very excited to bring in Natalie Rydstrom with her EPL play of the weekend. Here she is. We have a chair available. Thank you so much for joining us, Natalie. Please.
How you doing?
We're doing great, and we love having you here on the show. So make yourself at home. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's Thursday.
And I heard you guys are coming off a massive win. How many units were you guys up?
We're 15, 16 units of profit from Champions League. All of our shows now are in profit. It's a great week. It's fantastic. Wow. We've got, I think it's 23 or 28.3 units of profit across all of our shows. From Premier League, we do the Best Bet show, which is today at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Definitely check that out. 3 p.m. Eastern, Best Bets. Yeah. And who's on that show?
That show, we've got Alex from Need for Tips.
Beautiful.
We've got Martin Green, also known as Big Spike, and Stuart from Tipster HQ.
Oh, beautiful.
So we have that show, yeah. So everyone's doing, and it's really Team Bankroll that's really like just kicking it. These guys are like awesome. Worked with them through the years, and there's a reason that we every year we're back and we just keep doing what we're doing, really.
Much love. I love those guys. So you have a great crew. You are the leader of this crew. We have a lot of people giving you love here on the chat. Eddie Euler, love. Natalie, Reef, New York City. Her accent is hot. Mikey D, Natalie, Jewish sex learner, Natalie. Shout out to Natalie from DJ Big Boss. Nice lady alert from Flipper13 Elio saying, Natalie, what's up? SM says I was leaving, but I can stay a bit longer.
Yay!
Ski Prophet, Nat in the house, not applicable, giving a shout out to Alex and your whole team. Yes, a lot of love for you, Natalie. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're very excited to hear your play of the week.
Yes, I do have a really good play. And all right, so we previewed this yesterday, our Premier League Punters show on every Wednesday. Time has just changed there because Big Man has a radio show, so it is at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So we've got Big Man on campus, we got Flash, we got new guy Russ, who's just been officially brought in to Team Bankroll.
Nice.
He's awesome. And then we had a guest appearance as well from one of our followers. So that was really great, Chef Michael. Anyway, we're all on the Burnley win. Now, Burnley is like one of those, like, it's like a silent team, really. And I think that's why they're always, like, overpriced. They finished last season in 7th, and which gained themselves a Europa League position. Europa League is the tournament underneath. It's sort of like the sister tournament to Champions League, and so they gained their position in the Europa League, and it really sort of hindered their start. So they lost. They didn't win for their first 5 matches. Now Burnley was a casher for us last season. Big Man would take the heavy prices. I would always do like a Burnley draw, no bet. I was always a little bit nervous. Big Man steamrolled in there. Burnley often priced like 3.8, 3.5, and so anyways, they gained their position in Europa League, and it hindered them. They don't have the depth of squad as some of the bigger teams. And so they lost. They didn't win their first. They drew some matches as well. Their first 5 matches, and these are even teams to like Fulham and really teams that they should have been winning. Anyway, they're out of their Europa League commitment because they lost and they're out. But that is great news for Burnley, because now what's happened is they're out. They've won their last 2 games. They are now hosting, so they've got the home advantage. They're hosting a team that is pitted to be relegated, Huddersfield. Huddersfield currently sit 20th, and there's 20 teams, so they're basically bottom thing. They haven't scored, so they've not won a single match here. 5 of them without scoring. Huddersfield are a poor team. Anyway, you can get Burnley at home, and Turf Moor is like a really tough place to visit, for 2.15, which I will translate, plus 115. Plus, if somebody wanted to go and you wanted to be a little bit greedy, if you wanted a little bit more, you could play Burnley win to nil. My official bet is the Burnley win, but Burnley win to nil is plus 220. They have Joe Hart as their goalie. For you guys that watch the World Cup, Joe Hart is the England goalie, and he holds the joint record for the most amount of Golden Gloves in the Premier League. So he's basically a kick-ass goalkeeper.
Wow, and we're going
Burnley,
up against a team that's not scored yet.
That's not scoring,
wow.
and on the road. They've only scored 3 on the road, Huddersfield so far, I think, over like 8 games. I wouldn't play the Burnley win to nil, but for those that, like to, take more of a risk, it could be a play. Or the unders, Burnley and the under 3.5 goals, for example. Don't have the odds for that one, but that also could be a great bet. I'm just taking the straight Burnley win at 2.15.
Wow, that I'm sold.
Good.
I'm going to tail Natalie and Team Bankroll.
Tail.
That sounds great. Burnley and a plus price.
Yes.
And I love that. You're getting a ton of love still. Von Polo, I love how Natalie makes it rain, making money for everybody. Yeah, a lot of love.
Trying.
Eddie Sanchez, gorgeous Nat. Hi from New York. Eddie Euler said, had Burnley circled. Looks good. Wally George said, I would listen to Natalie all day. SM says, oh, easy, Jimmy. Sorry. Okay, man, I'm cool. I'm calm, cool, and collected.
He's always cool.
I'm calm, cool, and collected, and I'm not freaking out.
Cool cucumber.
Eddie Euler says Huddersfield is terrible. Huddersfield worse than Cardiff.
Yeah, exactly. Huddersfield worse than Cardiff, and Cardiff were pitted to be the worst team. Huddersfield are even worse this season, which is a shame. They were not too bad last season. They were not too bad. And we had a bet. We've got one of our guys who regularly watches us, John Smith, and that's his team. And now I feel bad because every time he comes on, we're always slating Huddersfield, and that's his team. But listen, they're going to be great in the Championship. So when they're relegated, but that's okay. That's okay.
Ski Prophet said sold, tailing that play. R2D2 Finland, greetings from Natalie Finland. Elio Rodriguez says I'm tailing. And this game is Saturday morning, right?
Yes.
Saturday morning. Mikey D says I'm sold. Jewish Sex Learner says, I'll put my money on that. I will win after Arsenal covers today on Burnley. Oh, is Arsenal in the game today?
Yeah, I've got Arsenal covers today on Burnley. Oh, I don't know what that means.
No, I think you mean, is Arsenal playing today?
No.
No, okay.
No, we've got, no, there's unless they've got their, they might have a fixture today, but Premier League, no.
Okay.
Premier League starts on Friday.
Okay. This is beautiful. Dwayne Reed says this is definitely low-hanging fruit. Melee Payless Way says Burnley gets the cash.
But is a low-hanging fruit a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a great thing.
Is that what, okay?
High-hanging fruit.
I think because
fruit that you can't touch. Yeah, bad thing.
Yeah, because when I called it a dangling carrot, and then you were like, remember, and you were like, well, we call it because dangling carrot. I mean that as like a, it's like a like this, but then you fall for it. Is it like a dangling carrot?
See,
not like it's not supposed to be like a good thing.
When you're talking to men, a carrot is a phallic symbol, and if anybody sort of dangles a phallic, you want it away from you, push it away. You push it away violently.
I know, but it's like come here, like a you know, giving candy, come here, like a trick. Basically, it's what I meant with my dangling carrot. It's like a trick.
To me, like prison. Sounds like prison to me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like sometimes I say, is it a dangling carrot? Meaning, is it a trap?
Oh.
Like a tempting, come here.
Okay.
With my dangling carrot. I don't know why. I didn't know. I should have maybe said something else.
We use low-hanging fruit and ground fruit.
Ground fruit? Yeah. What's that?
That's like
super. That's all right.
That's very easy. That fruit is very easy to pick up.
Ground fruit.
Okay. We're losing it here. Arsenal is playing. That says no last start. Arsenal plays in Europa today, says Melee Payless.
Oh, Europa. Yes, sorry. Yes. Yes, of course.
And Scotty Rock says a small carrot. Any size carrot. Keep it away. Don't dangle it in front of me. You know? Okay, Chasing the Dragon is different, says Rostradamus. Yes, that's smoking heroin. Yeah, I think that we're good. Right. So, the play of the weekend. Can you repeat it one time?
Burnley to win at home against Huddersfield. A low-hanging fruit it is.
Can we get you to come in every Thursday on our show and give us the EPL
play? Absolutely. Beautiful. Absolutely. Give us 5. All right.
Book it.
Fly solo, Jim. Fly solo.
Thank you. Much love to Natalie Rice.
Much love, guys. Bye-bye.
For joining the Low Shack in the Bag show. We will be back. Non-applicable says Jimmy's nightmare is to be surrounded by dangling carrots. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Much love, you guys. I don't know what's going to happen in this afternoon. I'm going to try not to get too lit up. I'll tell you why. Whatever. We don't need to get into this. But much love, you guys. I will see you guys on the Late Show. And much love to all of you. 4 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget Natalie's big soccer shows are at 2 p.m. Eastern and at 3 p.m. Eastern, and they are killing it. Follow that. And then don't forget we have King's Court at 7:30 p.m. Eastern right after our Late Show. Much love, you guys. Much love. See you guys at 4 p.m. Eastern.